are now welcome to the Power Strip. Yeah, this ain't your average plug. Yeah, and there ain't no more seats at the table. I mean, it's two things, either you was born in or you was sworn in. Me, I just happen to be born in. Yeah, so come on and take a ride with the flag. Yeah, cashmere thoughts. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So without further ado,
yeah, man, like I say, man, we got a real interesting show tonight, man. We finna dive into a bunch of topics going on tonight, man. A lot of stuff in the news going on. We finna really shed light on tonight. All right, man. So in the news tonight, y'all probably heard, but rapper Jim Jones and all the other artists and entertainers weigh in on the Birkin bag conversation, saying we need to invest in more black designers. So in our communities, why have foreign designers become so much more popular than black designers? What y'all think, man?
who want to go first?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
You say why have designers?
Foreign designers, why have they become so much more popular in black communities than our own black designers?
Well, I don't think they just become more popular. I mean, they always been. Like,
But why is that though?
why do people like design?
Why do they like foreign designers more? It seems like it's
for
a
the
trend.
same reason they like foreign cars. I mean, the quality and the style and everything about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I feel like, man, really, man, people spend their money on what they want to spend it on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you want to spend black, that's cool. What about design? I mean, that's what you feel like.
Yeah, no doubt.
What do you think? I mean, why do people get money and move out the hood? Why don't you?
I'm saying, you want to go to the nigga under the bridge selling his t-shirts versus Louis Vuitton. You rather have that Louis. You ain't gonna spend the same you gonna spend from the nigga under the shirt with his knockout Louis.
That's my
Louis Vuitton. Big guy Louis.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna support Louis. But you gonna
Put my eyes in God, dog.
Listen.
Nah, for real.
That's a reason.
Like you gonna have your knockout. You ain't gonna support the knockout. Like if I come up with a Mikey, you ain't gonna Mike Force Moons.
The Big Mick,
Yeah.
McDonald's.
McDonald's. Y'all boys like that.
Listen.
You know what I mean? You get the rose and you get the door.
Listen. I think what it is from a cultural standpoint, and I'm gonna be real with you. You're familiar with what people want, you know what I'm saying, and that's passed down from time to time. But when we understand what these foreign labels do to our culture, I think there's a form of symbolism. And when I say a form of symbolism is when you have these type of things, and I'm quoting, that's because I've studied Dr. Amos Wilson's teachings. When you have certain symbolisms that are identified, that creates the behavior. We can see right now the pressures of our culture and the community to achieve those things
Absolutely.
is at a proportionate rate. When we look at our youth, you know what I'm saying, they are aspiring to receive those things, but in the manner in which they're getting them is not of a, you know what I'm saying, a normalcy. And what I'm saying is they're taking drastic measures, almost desperate measures to keep up with trends that they're not even affordable into our culture. Like prime example, everybody wants to wear Gucci, Louis. They feel like they've arrived. And if you find more value in what you purchase as opposed to who you are as yourself, then that's a problem. And then you see that problem apparent in our own community. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the biggest major things. We have so many bells and whistles to where we are paying attention to, but we're not paying attention to our communities and our neighborhoods. What use is a person wearing $15,000 worth of shit and his community is worth less than $200? You see what I'm saying?
I mean, Rob, you do realize that even though black people live in these communities, we don't own these communities.
Absolutely.
Like, we don't own these areas.
These
You
blocks.
know what I'm saying? We don't own these blocks. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we can say my all day long, like niggas claim they projects and all this shit. Ain't your shit.
But let me attest to that. My mother left me a house My mother's grandmother's house is already paid for. It was left to her. I'm the heir to that. I got a third property that's willed to me. Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is that I understand the value. See, I'm not able to just.
You don't own Trinity Gordon still.
I don't own Trinity Gordon.
So you can't dictate the people around you how they move.
Not trying to dictate, but just a minor observation for you to look at what you're purchasing and what are you purchasing. You're actually funding somebody else's paradise. See, this is the problem. We've become so much as consumers amongst ourselves to where we're basically consuming ourselves. What are we producing? And that's what I'm saying. What production? Think about this for a second.
Hold on, Rob. Everything you're saying is true. And it's the right way to think. Mm-hmm. But from what you just expressed, man, you're a minority when it comes to this. Because a lot of these kids in the community, their parents ain't leaving them shit. You know what I'm saying? They ain't leaving them jack shit. They gonna have to get this shit out the mud and figure it out on their own. They don't have nobody leaving them 1, 2, 3 properties and all that. You know what I'm saying? So what you have is a luxury. You better pass that down to your children. But to your next door neighbor, he don't have that same luxury. And so guess what? He look at symbolism as a sign and say, I made it, you got a house, but he might feel like them Gucci shoes show that he's sitting on it. I mean, he got it at night, but he feel like it.
But here's the twist to that. Have you ever heard of something called the Great Depression?
Yeah.
Okay, where African Americans living through that Great Depression, even though they didn't have the advantages. When we're talking 80% of the advantages of white culture, right? Mm-hmm. Why would you actually have the mental capacity to put more into the 80% hands that already has a step ahead of you? Now, comparing that all the way from the Great Depression to the recent recession that we had, there's a stopping point. You know what I'm saying? I can't aspire to have $15,000 shoes and I don't have $15,000 in my bank account. That right there defeats the purpose of me trying to fund myself. I'm basically consuming myself into a bigger hole, and that's what I'm trying to actually get people to see. Well, it's like we relate to everything.
Why buy $15,000 worth of shit? You ain't got $15,000 in your bank account. Right. That's very true what you're saying, bro. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, you're not just dealing with one individual. Like, this is a whole community of people. Well, because you ain't looking like this and you ain't rocking this, a lot of people won't even hear what it is you're trying to say. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like we've been so accustomed to feeling like, okay, if they're in a Mercedes-Benz, they got the Gucci on, and they got something going on. Mm-hmm. Not knowing that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, behind on the paper, about to get repoed. You know what I'm saying? Late on their rent, all that shit. I know motherfuckers that have spent they light bill money to stand in line for James. You know what I'm saying? Just because they want to keep up. It's stupid as fuck.
That's crazy.
But guess what?
You know what the purpose?
Guess what though?
Go ahead.
It's a reality.
But here's something that we can attest to, and I gotta say this. One of the biggest disappointments to me in my childhood was, and I'm saying this from a business standpoint, and I'm not trying to count nobody's pockets, but one of the biggest disappointments to me was to watch Cash Money live a stunting lifestyle only for it to be, you know what I'm saying? It was trash, bro. And to watch.
I talked about that in artist material.
You know, exactly. And for that imprint to be could have been big as it was, and we're talking. There's an asterisk there. Billions of records sold, but at the expense of what? Not paying your employees, not doing right business. And that's what I'm saying, bro. We symbolize them as a monument of success in the hip hop community, only for it to go bankrupt, bro. Like you couldn't even pay Wayne his 51 million, and he was probably just do more than that.
Say Manny Fresh was like,
bro, that Manny Fresh, Juvenile, it was countless others that you played with people's money, but these were people that considered family. That they were the epitome of stunting, the lifestyle, and only for it to be a fucking ruse, bro. That was crazy. And that was a disappointment to me and a lot of people. But it made me wake up to realize that everything that's glitter ain't gold.
But you speaking from the aspect that you really looked up to Cash Money.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I was a Cash Money
fan.
fan.
That's not to say that Birdman is broke.
Yeah, no.
But
because his broke and our broke not even the same.
But why you didn't pay your employees?
Huh?
But let's look at why he didn't pay his employees.
Because deep down in the heart, Birdman's still a gangster. And so at the end of the day, he feel like, I'm gonna tell you, listen. It ain't that he didn't have the money to pay them. He just felt like, I'm a killer, I got killers on deck. Man, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe it's because he didn't actually have the money.
So you think it's just because he got gangster, he's just gangster like
I'm saying he just felt like, man, like you gotta
do you know how many people he burnt though?
Yeah, he felt like the nigga was some hoes. See, like the thing is, Birdman grew up in a different environment, well, if you don't show a nigga you really about that, shit, it ain't nothing to talk about. So with him dealing with corporate motherfuckers and shit like that, it's like, I know y'all not killers.
And I'm up, so fuck you.
What you gonna do?
Yeah, you can't take it from me.
Go ahead, take me to court.
Yeah.
I lose a lawsuit and still not pay you.
You got a point.
Like his mindset is totally, it ain't that he ain't got it. And I'm gonna tell you this, Birdman ain't the only one. It's plenty of them gangsters turned CEOs like even Suge, where them niggas just felt like, nigga, I ain't paying you shit. Who was that MC Light? What was the white one? Vanilla Ice. Like, I ain't giving you a motherfucking thing. Hang that nigga over the balcony, he come in here asking about that money again. You know what I'm saying? He made a nigga drink piss because a nigga came in trying to charge him about some shit. Some niggas just like it, huh?
But where's he at now?
But where he at now? Guess what though? His gangster ways got in there because check it out, they was filming a movie about him that he wasn't getting paid for and what he felt like. Rather than getting a lawyer involved and doing a cease and desist, he felt like I'm gonna pull up my damn self and ran a nigga over and down there and killed him. And that's why he in prison. Because he still was a gangster at heart. What I'm saying is, when you being a gangster and doing the shit, I mean, even though the Frank Lucas movie was 99% bullshit, just look, a nigga played with him about his money. What'd he do? Broad daylight, right? Didn't give a damn that everybody saw it. But that was to let everybody know, hey man, look, I ain't fucking around.
He wanted everybody to see it though.
That's to let everybody know I ain't fucking around.
Yeah. But see, even when you say that, right, the end message of all that, right, was somebody losing in the process and a lot of people lost in the process. Now, and what I'm saying is, in that process of looking to want to aspire to do something better, all the symbolism of what we see in hip hop music, all the symbolism of where our children want to acquire these things, they feel like they are on that same level. But here's the thing, the tangibles, when you create a certain level of behavior within a community, that creates a whole nother level of desperation, and these kids don't understand the ramifications. See here?
With the pimp that Gucci shit.
But yeah, you can see
no job, but I'm still raw. We grew up on that shit, and we can't pay my rent because all my money spent.
Yeah, that's funny. But wait, hold on. But you got, hold on, time out. But I was a millionaire singing it though.
Oh, he still said, got a pocket full of cash. I do. Nah, listen, it's the way hip hop has always made us feel like that. Now check it out. Back in the game, when Run DMC was rapping, it was about Adidas. My Adidas. All right, cool.
Snoop.
Then they were wearing Dickies, Shoes and Chuck. That was affordable.
Yeah.
Then niggas started taking it up. You know what I'm saying? Now it's Moncler, Louis, Gucci,
Dior.
Cartier, Dior.
So when did the switch happen?
Whenever the switch happened, whenever one of them designers said, you know what, I'm gonna take one of you rap niggas, I'm gonna give you niggas a bunch of clothes. I need you to push this shit out. And then look, check this out. Because the shit the rappers getting that they win these voice shows, they winning it for free. But they making you pay for it. Now, think of that. They gonna have you
spend
$1,000. I mean,
Paul did Trick Daddy dirty.
Huh?
When he wanted access to the exclusive stuff and they told him no. But this is what I'm saying. What we not understanding is the value of our dollar. And that what I'm saying, like how you just said to the foreigners, like what we symbolize with foreigners, everybody wants to be black, but don't nobody want to be black. It's like we was ashamed until that movie came out, until Black Panther came out. Then we kind of started wanting to attach ourselves to Africa, bro. Yeah. And that's what kills me. That's what I'm saying. When you take people and you dominate them and you basically imperialize them, you know what I'm saying? And you take away their culture, you take away their values, you take away their morals, and you exactly, bro.
Right.
So whatever's gonna become your god.
So check it out. What I'm saying is, Rob, they'll take a popular rapper, they'll make him a walking billboard, give him a bunch of free clothes, even jewelry these days. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people think rappers really cash out. They walk in with the duffel bag, making it look like they buying the jewelry, but the thing is, they getting this jewelry as gift. But guess what? All these little fans is watching and all that shit. Guess what?
They spending the bag.
But guess what?
No, it ain't about that. They really gonna go broke to go try to buy that shit.
And guess what? That's another broke generation that's coming. Right. You see, right now, if you go by statistics,
you know that.
But when you don't teach, see, here's the thing: you cannot let an outsider be a bigger influence on your children than you, because you live in the reality.
A lot of times it is though.
That's why you got to turn your TV off. You got to sit down and talk to your kids. Like, this is the reality. See, here's the thing. We chasing another man's dream. We're literally funding it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta keep the money in circulation in our own community, which brings to the next question. When was the last time you bought or wore black-owned clothes?
I don't even know. Like, all right, check it out. I was in Atlanta yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And me and the chick out, we was walking, and then we seeing like a black t-shirt shop, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Blase. You know what I'm saying? About a Black Lives Matter t-shirt, about a little, but just on the real, I would probably wear it like at the barbershop.
But you ain't finna go to the club.
But like, I'm finna step out. Because it is a certain, you know what I'm saying? Just like you, I mean, hey man, look, I ain't make the rules. I ain't make the rules.
Oh yeah, shout out to Young Go Getter, man. He got definitely a fly clothing.
Hold on, but check this out. Old dude live though. Old dude live. He black. He a black designer.
You from that number?
Nah. I'm finna tell you his name. The nigga real big. Name something gold. What it is?
Shout out to God.
Nah. Is it Drip Gold? Hold on.
Oh yeah, man. I gotta. Let me do this too. I gotta send out a special shout out to Young Go Getter, man. He definitely got a clothing line. You need to definitely get on his Instagram under Young Go Getter. Man, that boy got some fly clothes, man. And I need to get in touch with him because I need to grab a whole little unit from him. And it's black on. Yeah. He got some bad hoodies. He got some bad.
It ain't Ralph though.
You know what I'm saying?
It ain't Ralph though, man.
What you mean?
Nah, y'all ain't seen that. Yeah. When Sway was telling him he spent $100,000 on y'all ain't never heard that interview?
Oh yeah, with Sway and Kanye.
Yeah. And he was like, yeah, you got your little clothing line. It ain't Ralph though. What he's saying is like, it don't matter. And I'm gonna say this, man. Niggas hate on Kanye all the time.
Hey, nah, man.
Kanye broke the mold because Kanye actually, Rich God is the dude.
Rich God?
Yeah, Rich God. He the big time designer dude. He be, you know what I'm saying, whatever.
For sure.
Even though they do be designing shit though, he can do what he do. Anyway, check it out. But like everything Kanye said about this was the absolute truth. Like he was like that. Yeah, it is like you had the FUBU, you had Rockaway, Sean John, which they also like, you know what I'm saying, even was it Softball? I don't know. Anyway, look. And Kanye was just breaking that shit down. He was like, it ain't Ralph though. You know what I'm saying? Ralph Lauren been around over 100 years.
It ain't Ralph though.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And like,
but how did he
been able to put Yeezy?
How did he get? He got his name off of it.
No, I'm saying he been able to put Yeezy up to that level. You know what I'm saying? To where it's in there. Yeah. Nah, I mean, it can't stand next to Tommy Hilfiger and Ralph Steele. But it's
they got more skin in the game too.
That's what I'm saying, but it's so much more than Sean, John, and everybody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I will say this though. I feel like at its peak, FUBU was hard.
But I'm saying, right, like check it out. The dude with they had him as the top designer for Louis Vuitton, right? Mm-hmm. He was already doing his own thing, and they brought him in, the black dude or the bald-headed dude. I can't remember his name, but he make all white now.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Virgil.
Yeah.
Right. All right, so they had him just like they went and got Dapper Dan.
Yeah.
With Gucci. See,
it's like
once they see you can build them momentum.
And it's like Tim be saying all the time.
What? Are you? Do you like design? I mean, are you more like Nike or what?
I don't feel like
But Nike is designer, bro.
Huh?
Nike not black owned.
No, what I'm saying is like I'm talking about the upper echelon, like
you talking about labels,
like label, you know what I'm saying, like
and Nike brand.
Yeah,
but Nike do
but Nike is the ultimate. Like say that if I go in the club and you got a Gucci unit on, but I got a Nike unit, I can still stand next to you because Nike is like the ultimate still. Yeah, it's still like I can have a whole Nike jumpsuit with the shoes, socks, and I can still holler at the same guy you can holler at. You know what I'm saying? But versus if I came in with whoever you just shouted out, they ain't no knock on him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I know he's trying to build his way through, but right now it's really no, like even fat.
Well,
even fat form feels it out. Like,
look, I'm gonna say this, man.
They not keeping that shit, man.
What Ralph, Louis, Tommy Hilfiger.
See, you ain't even gotta say the long.
You don't. Well, they all did. You ain't gotta say Vuitton.
Matter of fact,
listen,
but look, you can buy a shirt with just the horse. It don't even have to say Ralph Lauren on it.
Niggas know what it is.
Your whole weight.
You know what that's called? Branding.
Exactly.
Your whole weight, dog.
Plus, look, man, them brands that monopolize the game so heavy. It's to the extent of what Walmart has done in the grocery store.
Exactly. But see, hold on. But there's a day of reckoning because Walmart never seen Amazon coming.
Absolutely.
And so that's where I'm saying we got to start making attempts to get out of that mindset because we shouldn't be going broke. That's the whole key of it. We shouldn't be going broke to afford something like that of substance. You see what I'm saying? Because what's funny is I've seen these same and I'm being real because I'm about to step on somebody's toes, but I don't give a fuck. You can't tell me that you can buy designer, but you coming rolling up to a school trying to get a laptop for your kid. You see what I'm saying? This is people
do it all the time.
But
hold on. What you just saying, Rob?
What I said is you can't have Balenciaga and you can't have Louis Vuitton in your motherfucking house and you ain't even got a computer and you rolling up to the school to use a school laptop. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. We gotta do better.
They gonna do it. And it ain't shit you can do about it.
That's a wake up. That's a wake up, my nigga. That's a wake up.
That don't make them feel less than.
No. Hold on. We gotta stop that.
No. I'm saying, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. Because what you saying is true. And it might seem like you're on your high horse right now.
That's not how it was.
Understand it.
That's not how it was.
Listen. Sometimes we as black people, we've been kicked down so low that we like to buy nice things to make ourselves feel good. Now you can't tell me I gotta go shop with the nigga. You can't tell me I gotta go shop with the nigga across the street because he got a black owned t-shirt company. Guess what? I'm getting him rich so he can go buy some design. A lot of times that's how I play out.
Say that again.
That's true.
You can be supporting these black businesses, you know what I'm saying?
Man, look, yesterday.
And they use that money you supporting them with and go right in Gucci,
exactly.
go in Louis, and come back and stunt on you.
I'm in Atlanta yesterday, right? And check it out. I go to one of the hot spots as far as, the restaurants or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So it's, 2 dudes, 2 girls. I assumed they was on a double date until, the niggas got the other words out their mouth and I found out that it was really like just...
Hold on, man.
But anyway, check it out. The nigga took the fork, threw the fork on the ground. He was upset about the service that was going on in this black establishment. And next thing you know, he's like, can I get a manager? They didn't bring a manager out quick enough. That nigga stood up in the middle of the restaurant, screamed for a manager. The manager had to come up, all this old shit. And it was just a big fiasco. But it's like you want to support black business so bad. And a lot of times you really don't get great service. You know what I'm saying? Like, black people love to shout out Chick-fil-A because of their great service. Chick-fil-A ain't black owned. Now where that black chicken restaurant at?
True.
Because I can tell you about a bunch of them that got bad service, man.
But here
and that ain't on knock on.
But hold on. But see, here's the funny thing.
Bad service. That's amazing knock on their motherfucker.
But see, here's the funny thing that and this is what we got to do. We can't get wrapped up in European ideologies and kente cloth. You feel me? What I'm saying? And let me break that down. We'll go in McDonald's and know that the quality of the food in itself and service is shit, right?
I'm gonna let them
But then we'll go with one little minuscule thing with a black business and we'll shun them for life. But we'll sit there in the same very restaurants that they don't even want us to walk in and they'll play like they want our business and then go through the rigmarole just to get your money. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. We'll sit around and one small little thing, something may be cold or something, and we done, bro. We're a bunch of fucking hypocrites, dog. We gotta stop that shit.
And it's a question for the people too. Y'all that's watching this, y'all can comment and leave y'all comments or whatever.
Talk to them.
Let me ask y'all this, man. So do we do that because of we're familiar with the establishment and it's black owned and we see black people? And we feel like, if the service isn't good, it's our job to stand up and act an ass because we feel that familiar with the environment.
I think it's a certain conditioning. I'm gonna tell you this because this is what I'm saying. Like, but look at my community. Let's go to the community. Mm-hmm. You can't talk tough to me and tell me you gangster and you don't do shit to white people. There's nothing you can't tell me. Like, you can't tell me you'll shoot a nigga down for $9. But then you'll turn to the white man, he'll take your fucking land, take your mama house, and you don't do shit about it. it just throws me off, bro.
Why flex on your own people?
You know why?
What?
That's just the way it is.
Because maybe that makes you feel like something?
No, I mean, that's just the reality of it, man. Like, at the end of the day, I think we become so accustomed to, well, white people, the way they fuck over you, it's so many technicalities. They don't do it in the way the nigga gonna do it. Like, check this out. If a white boy gonna take money out of my account, he gonna get behind the computer, scam. I'll probably never find out who it was, right?
Man.
Or it'll be some legalized shit with some paperwork, some shit like that, right? Mm-hmm. If a black dude take something from me, you know what he gonna do?
What? That pistol in your
What about a gun? Reach in my pocket. It's gonna be in the most disrespectful manner. You know what I'm saying? like
when you stun, man.
Hey, man.
You gotta shit on niggas.
A thug is
You gotta shit on niggas.
You can't shit on the white person.
To the white area and slang.
That don't
care
about
fuck.
Why
you gonna swing the niggas gonna kill. Niggas gonna man, you gonna beat down your hood. There's gonna be little bitches gonna be outside pointing at your car and shit. You gonna feel good. They gonna make you feel good. You gonna see some nigga got his nose all up in there hating on you shit.
Yeah.
That's gonna make you feel good. Like, yo, bitch, nigga, how you deal with
This
it?
is the problem. This is the problem.
White people don't know.
Ken,
You know how good you feel shit on the nigga.
This the problem.
Ken,
Why you feel
Ken, if you about to
They do that hating ass
if you about to Bentley tomorrow, right? If you went to Post Oak, River Oaks, and you were driving through the
We
Bentley,
talked about this before.
guess what,
That
Ken?
nigga just got
You blend in. I said you blend in. But Ken, go through the hood. Watch all the bitches, dog. Huh? It's gonna be niggas like, oh yeah, nigga, he bring that shit. Even that's gonna make you feel good. Cause you gonna look at that nigga like, no, broke ass nigga, sit your ass down. Hey, listen. I can't tell you why black people love that shit as far as shitting on motherfuckers. Because niggas, when they put their fit on, they like, yeah,
Niggas be trying to shit on you, and they thinking the same thing. You could be giving a nigga they props and shit, and they mind no.
You ain't on them. Check it out. Me and Big Boy can be riding the car right now, and we can see a nigga that red like that. Like, damn, Big Boy, you looking good. Boy, I see you. Boy, you holding. When Big Boy roll that window up, they're like, yo, bitch ass nigga, man. That nigga don't want to see me ride. That nigga don't want to see me ride like this. Look, Big Boy might even try to fuck the nigga down.
But look, it's just like we said last time, though. You'll see a lot of these rappers, you feel me? They'll go get the big right, you know what I'm saying, the Bentley GT, whatever. Pull right up to the hood of the projects and put the camera on the nigga that ain't got no teeth. You know what I'm saying?
Let me say something. Hold on, bro.
The crackhead watching the car, you gotta get out of there when you shooting the video.
No, but
to show that you still in touch with the hood, because a lot of times when you make it, people feel like
you know what the hood is.
No more.
You know what the hood is?
What's the hood?
No different than a fucking slave boat. You just trying to show that you're a little bit more comfortable in this corner over here than you are at the fucking nose of the boat, bro. Come on, man. We still don't have shit. After all of shitting and all the accumulation of materialism and shit, what the fuck is fucking black wealth projected at? 0%, dog. Come on, man. We gotta stop that shit.
Man, I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. When y'all saying what y'all saying, y'all only talking to Texas, man. Cause yesterday, like I said, I was in Atlanta, and I did a little stroll through, checked out a few blocks and all that shit, man. I seen so many black-owned restaurants, black-owned gas stations. That shit I ain't never seen. You know what I'm saying? In Houston, and so many beauty shops and barber shops chopped up with different barbers, and they just let me know, like, you know what I'm saying, like how I go down. And like it's black stuff out there, like it's going down. Like if you can't do nothing in Atlanta, you gonna make you some money as far as being a black person. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
that's what's up. Shout out to the A.
I ain't gonna make it seem like
I'm
not gonna make it seem like black people can't come together on nothing, because that's not the truth, man. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, like
I said much black love out there. You know what I'm saying? Every place I went to out there black on, include the Trap Music Museum. You know what I'm saying? There was a whole bunch of hospitality. Matter of fact, everything was on the house, man. They looked out for me in a major way, man. Shout out Tip, man. So yeah, man. Trap Music Museum, man. Make sure y'all check that out when y'all out there.
Really?
Man, you know they can get a like they got the app already, Black Wall Street, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can really go and get whatever. Like if you want to just do all black, like black clothes and all this shit,
Yo.
you can go in there and find the niggas ones to support.
Man, that's what's up, man.
I'm not finna do this shit,
Now
man.
look, bring
I'm
you to the
supportive.
next topic, man. Get on to the next topic, man. Just recently on the David Letterman show, Kim Kardashian spoke on her Paris robbery. Also the first time she saw Bruce Jenner, now Caitlyn Jenner, in her mom's dress, heels, and makeup. Bruce told Kim not to tell her mother. Could you have kept it secret? If not, why?
Tell the mama she gay. I mean he gay.
Yeah, he said, can you
I don't
not?
know what he
The
is.
fuck?
Well, he
man?
said, can you not tell, your mama that you just seen me in her
Like,
dress?
no, nigga, you gay. Nigga, you wearing a dress.
And you doing it to her mama, like, you gay on her mama, like, that's a whole other.
It's a whole nother level.
Man, which is, I'm really not even gonna get in the conversation on the gays, dog.
Yeah.
I already know how this gonna turn.
Not necessarily not when you keep it real.
I'm
You gotta keep it
saying
real.
on the real. All right, let me tell you this: them niggas that I was describing at that restaurant were gay. I'm talking about they were G'd up in the sense of like how we dress. You know what I'm saying? Nigga was clean cut, all that shit. Had 2 bad hoes with them. You know what I'm saying? They at the table, they eating. You know what I'm saying? And I remember being the chick I was with. I couldn't stop looking at one of the girls at the table. Like she was yelling. I'm like, damn, look like she fine. You know, but the chick was cool all week. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, that bitch fine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And then
Yellow.
out of nowhere.
It's symbolism.
Yeah, symbolism. Because guess what? It's some niggas love. They love foreign cars, they love Gucci, and they love yellows, man. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, check it out though.
Bro.
So check it out though.
I like him,
Bad yellow, man. Bad yellow at the table, man. What?
I like the chocolate, man.
Already.
All of a sudden, when the nigga threw the fork on the ground, that's when I knew the nigga was gay. And then he hopped. He say, matter of fact, let me let you know what I feel about this. He like, matter of fact, what the manners? Before the dude can turn around, he said, I need the manager right now. Manager! Hey!
And were they black? Were they black?
Yeah. Black and flamboyant as ever. Next thing you know, the other nigga, cause it's something about gays, they all got buck eyes. They all, that nigga eyes got buck. He said, yeah. And he said, yeah, for you over there laughing in the corner, you wouldn't be laughing if you knew who we were. Like that. You know what I'm saying? To say like, we really got power. Don't play with us.
Yeah.
They got the power of the gay. They got
Hey, and he let the nigga know. Nigga, you'll never ring that line again, man.
Oh, see what I'm saying, bro? Like,
Man, them niggas running shit, man.
Hey, let me tell you this.
Hold
A gay black man got more rights
The straight one.
than a straight black man in America.
And
dog.
that's real
No,
shit.
a gay black man
So you
is
think you need to be spending like the way you spend?
Nah,
Okay,
a gay black man is down like a white boy in America. Because check this out. If Keenan got beat up at the gas station, like jumped by some thugs, right? They gonna say, damn, family man gets jumped.
Cause I'm straight, I gotta take it
Guess
out.
what? Guess what? If some thugs jump a gay man,
Yeah, it's gonna make
the
sure
LGBT community finna be out march.
Hey, bro, I'm just saying, right?
Man,
Oh, man.
Hey, it's gonna be a march for that gay dude.
hey man,
A bunch of
Now
niggas.
it's a hate crime.
You say
now
what?
it's a
What
gay
you
criminal
A
attack.
bunch of niggas with bunnies on their head and shit. I'll be outside.
Like what I do. Yeah, man. Hey, man. Hey, what you think about that country?
Like a bunch of niggas with bodies.
with Cube.
The Ice Cube country.
To be honest, man, I really don't want to knock Cube too much, man. Cube.
Just, I just want your opinion.
I'm gonna say this.
Hold on, now, I want to
Go ahead. Cause I got something.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your opinion on
Man, that's Cube, bro.
it? Nah, come on, King, with that, man. That's symbolism, what you just said. That's for us to say that's cute. That's
Oh, that
symbolism.
ain't symbolism,
All right, so
bro.
come on with it. What's your opinion on the country?
Everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, Rob.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna stand behind him 110% because a lot of
Because
people.
people do a lot for the black community, right?
Not only
Not
he
because he don't. That's my point. So go. Yeah, but go
Okay,
ahead.
so you say because he don't do too much.
What do you do for the black community?
Oh yes, he does.
What?
He's actually got a black-owned business that he employs former NBA players.
What is?
Big Three. You don't think so?
The
As
Big Three
many
do
black
what?
actors that he's enrolled in his business. Hold on. Wait, I'm about to.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Can I go through his
Hold on,
accomplishments?
talking about, bro.
Can I go through his
Nah,
accomplishments?
because you can't.
Excuse me.
No.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna tell you why you can't use the big three.
Wow.
Because them are already multi-millionaires. You're not doing no multi-millionaires. Now, they ex-NBA players, they do not broke.
Wait a minute, Tom.
I'm talking about, show me what he doing for your average black American, man. Don't give me nothing about no NBA players, man.
Let's go to his accomplishments.
No, I want to see, you can't even think of that outside.
It's not about that.
Wait a minute, no, wait. So what you think about
No, we're just trying to subject.
What you think?
Because now we got to go try to find shit.
No,
My point was,
no, because it's Google.
but I'm saying it's nothing that you can think of as of right now, though.
I just named 2. Oh, he's a black-owned business owner.
What? Of what?
And then also owns.
Bro, what does the big 3 benefit me and you?
What you mean? You
Black
got an opportunity to go work in one of
Black
those.
basketball.
Yes,
Man,
bro.
it ain't the big 3 ain't there for black basketball players.
Here we go, right here. You want to go?
No,
He's got a list. He's got a list. He's got a list.
Hey, I want to know what Tim think about the contract. Tim, how you personally
Man, it's
feel
a
about
bunch
the
of
contract?
propaganda. That's what I think, man.
Really?
What do you think?
Really? One of the first men actually in business when he was being robbed, he actually used his own mind to gravitate to create his own company, Lynchmark Records.
What do you think?
I don't see. Ice Cube. I'm just saying. Dog, he's been a businessman person, bro. Oh! I can't let you get off on that because what this dude actually did was present a contract that every group got a problem with because they fucking didn't come creative first. That's the problem. We've had how many? We've been on this same. I'm finna name something.
Ice Cube, big vision. They been putting black people in
That's
movies.
what put black folks in movies long before John Perry, bro.
What is supposed to mean now?
No. You got mine out for that role. No, you
No, we're not gonna do. We're not gonna do. No, hold up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you a perfect example.
He wasn't no billionaire.
I'm gonna give you a perfect example. This man has been met with so much resistance, and here's the thing, and I gotta say this. I'm about to step on some toes because I gotta focus on what this man bringing to the table. It ain't about what he's done. It's about what he's brought to the table that no other black person on this planet has fucking done in the last 7,000 employed senators, governors, and state representatives have done.
Ron was just jamming.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Let me tell you something.
Even in his music, he been giving you guys.
He been giving you game.
What guy you got? Not you, bro. What guy you got in the
My politics.
What?
How they doing?
What?
Hey man, hey, I'm just trying to explain big boy, man. You know,
Police.
hey, you know, big boy, I'm
That's the best thing you get. Fuck the police.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, dog. At the end of the day, man.
Till say it's all
I don't trust none of these celebrities.
against them.
Nah, I trust none of these celebrities to make some shit happen,
Man, Tim.
Can I ask you a question?
Hold on, wait. Tim, if you was to become a celebrity tomorrow, could we trust you to make something happen?
Hell no.
Yeah, you know why you can?
What's up, Tim? Talk to us.
You know why you can?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Because I'm doing it right now.
Huh?
Huh? I ain't doing it because I'm a celebrity.
I'm all for
King. Now, Rob are my close friends.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh? Now, Rob. Now, the only reason I presented what I presented today was solely because what happened was, you know, I was out of time, right? A nigga hit my DM. Because it needs to get addressed, man.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, check it out. Now, Rob, you seen the text message, right?
I seen.
Huh? Now, Rob, did you even know I was doing it? You had no clue, right? Because that's something I never had to brag about. You know what I'm saying? Now Rob seen the message firsthand. Now check it out. Now I was out doing my thing, whatever. And then this the thing. It was a bitch ass bill for some food for $200, right? A nigga jump on my DM and say, hey man, you fucking out money on BS. Nigga hit my line. We exchange word, whatever. Nigga hit me like, hey man, you could have fed the homeless with it. Now I'm not the type to brag about what I do for the homeless. And all that type of shit.
Yeah, I already know what you're
I know what you're doing.
But check this out, though, kid. I feed over 200 homeless people every single Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Now nobody knew that. You know what I'm saying? But because he did what he did, you know what I'm saying? I presented it. You know, it was in the close friends. I let see the text. I got an older lady who run the operation for me. I just fund the money or whatever. So you know what I'm saying? To say that, okay, like if I did become successful, can you trust me to still hold it down for my people? The question is absolutely.
Yeah.
Huh? No doubt about it. Because I'm in the field now.
Yeah.
Huh? And it ain't for capping, it ain't for show. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you this. When it comes down to one of y'all, I'm going to have blankets and food and all that shit for the people because even though I never lived that lifestyle, I still know that it's very prevalent. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, yeah, I do. When I'm out there, I do weed out the white motherfuckers and move them out the way. and I'm feeding my black people out there. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? Well, if it all boils down, a lot of you white motherfuckers can really go ahead and just break down and go and call your people, and you got a big old mansion you living in.
And then,
you know what I'm saying? You just chose to go against the grain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's how I see it, man.
Man, Timothy today was the president, man. You know
man.
Look,
That man ain't got my vote.
listen, nah, but all jokes aside though, I feel like what he presented was something that politicians could have creatively done since Obama, post-Obama, and everything in its power. Because what we've heard was our hands are tied. We can't do this and we can't do that. All he did was just present something, and everybody's in the uproar about it. But here's my thing though: this is how you know black folks don't listen, and this is why we got to slow down and we got to look at the whole piece of the pie. You know what I'm saying? We can't just look at a part of it. This dude went on a show. I'm not gonna name the show, but went on there with some young ladies to discuss what he's presenting, right? The first thing they said was, what about the black women? And he said people, right? They tore him down at I'm talking about, didn't even let him really speak on what he's talking about as far as presenting in the bill. What sucked about that is they never understood what was even on the bill. Everybody's been putting words in Cube's mouth, from CNN to Fox to that show that I don't want to name. Yeah. I'm talking about, bro. It's been a consistent where nobody knows what he's presenting. But the thing is, what have our black so-called leaders presented? Period.
What Rob is saying is,
I'm saying it's cool he presented the contract.
Yeah, Cube was the only one that Cube the only one that gave us something else.
Cube I mean, now whether they honor his contract or not, it really don't matter. And to be honest with you, just being honest, man. If I don't know who all in here believers. I know me and Big Boy believers. I know Keenan grew up believers. Rob, I assume that's your stance too. You know what I'm saying? Cause we do our have. You know, stand something about whatever. Right. And just being honest with you, if you truly believe in it, you know that contract is never gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I hate to break the news to you, but going by how Scripture has it for us, it's a lot of things we just gonna have to suffer until we finally come back to God. When we come back to God, things can go a whole nother way. But all this leaning on these white politicians and stuff to do this, like Ice Cube not impressing me by sitting down with Donald Trump. He's not impressing me by sitting with Joe Biden. At the end of the day, you can beg, you can cry, you can plead, but we sitting here to suffer. We sitting here to go through these things. You know what I'm saying? We sitting here to be dominated and all this shit because something happened. You know what I'm saying? We went against the grain. You know what I'm saying? And going against God, he done led us to this point. You know what I'm saying? We can sit here and act like we don't know nothing about it and all that. But I suggest you pick up your Bible and read, man. Because it's very much true. And at the end of the day, this contract is not going to go through. You know what I'm saying? It's cool that we haven't thought about reparations. Man. Even the states that they gave reparations to, guess what, man? It was a crock of shit. It was that, okay, we're going to give reparations to everybody in South Carolina, but we're not going to give y'all no money. What we're going to do is we're going to fix all the potholes and then we're going to make new parks and all this shit. Bitch, they don't do shit for us. You know what I'm saying? Line our pockets up. Not only line our pockets up, put class together, but guess what? They're not going to do that. We can string this till the cows come home. The reality is, dog, they're not going to do it and it's in place because
I'm sorry.
Who we looking at to change that is not who's going to change.
Well, I'm sorry.
The politicians.
Well, I'm not looking.
They're not going to do it.
Well,
who is Ice Cube presenting this stuff to?
The politicians.
The politicians.
And to say that Ice Cube was the only one that came up with that is a goddamn lie. A goddamn lie, Rob. Trust me, man. The Honorable Louis Farrakhan, man, been preaching the same shit for the longest, man. I'm not finna downplay him like he ain't been front line for us. Malcolm X been front line for us, man.
Exactly.
These people been front line. These people been begging to put. Martin Luther King had access to president.
This man right
and ain't sitting nothing.
No,
you feel me?
No, but what I'm saying.
So for Ice Cube to come up with this and not even saying he the one really that did this shit, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who doing the clout. I don't know who doing what all this old shit. But all I know is at the end of the day, man, I ain't trusting none of these people who already done made it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't even have the same hunger and desire that I have. You know what I'm saying? You really don't feel my just at some point, man. Ice Cube been richer longer than he been poor, man. Think about this. Ice Cube was all, what, down to 50?
Yeah.
He been on since he was what, 19? NWA?
But can I ask you a question? But here's the thing.
Don't tell me that nigga feel my struggle, man.
Hold on. You're not in the struggle. You're not in the struggle. No, hold up. Wait a minute.
That nigga can't even relate to our lifestyle, man.
I can't say.
He could grow up beard out, put that thing on his head all day long. They can't relate to this, man.
I can't go with that.
Ice Cube had to spend 30 minutes with us, man. He'd be calling security to come pick him up, man. Get him back over there.
I ain't gonna say that.
No, let me tell you something. I don't think he carries.
Tell him switch your lifestyle out with somebody.
Man,
Wait a minute, hold on. See, now, wait. Time out. So now we're taking away the process of him grinding to get where he is. It's like the beautiful struggle. Going right back to it. You feel me? Like,
let me tell you something. I don't get in a lot of this stuff on camera. But what Rob said is the absolute truth. There's a lot of grind.
yeah, I mean, but what you expect? You take lemons and you make lemonade.
What
you expect me to do? Like to be?
It was a lot of grind.
Hey man, come on.
The NWA movie showed you it was a lot of grind.
Come on, man.
How when they went to bed for their contracts, and they had to let me now say this on camera. When they had to go in their room, huh?
Hey,
what they had to meet Jerry Heller? Tell me.
Hey, man.
Tell me what? Huh? Why do you think he made the song No Vaseline? What was going on in the rooms? But guess what? Even after he made that song, guess who we had to go see, man? In a hotel room. On the NWA movie. Going on with this shit, man. Stop around with this shit, dog. Stop around with this shit, dog.
Wait a minute.
So you think he done been able to make a movie coming down this shit without having to go sit down with these high powers? Man, y'all crazy, man.
All work and dedication just bullshit.
Yeah.
All work and
Hollywood it is.
So you saying all work and dedication is bullshit?
Yeah, Hollywood it is.
Dang.
So you said
I'm gonna say this: if you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say, man. If you don't know, and that's what
I hate
tell me this though.
I hate to be on the board. Them niggas on the same.
Ross,
Yeah, man.
you think it's more sheep or shepherds?
It's more sheep.
And as long as there's a bunch of sheep out there that believe everything that's getting presented towards them, because guess what? These people that really think that sitting down with President Trump is gonna change anything. Sitting down with Joe Biden is gonna change it. But guess what? Neither one of them are the puppet masters. Neither one of them control what really going on. Until he's sitting down with the goddamn Rothschilds, nigga, ain't shit finna change.
Federal Reserve.
All that. You feel me? But guess what? That's not finna happen.
Let me ask you
what Ice Cube is giving us is symbolism. Once again, what we're getting is,
Hope is
all right, here we go, status. Okay, who is the high power as far as with your regular mind thing? Like these people who don't know no better. I'm sitting at the table with 3 educated brothers, and we all know who really hold the keys. Big Boy put me on an organization, which I'm not gonna name. He put me on an organization that I didn't even know about. You know what I'm saying? And Keenan, we done had some deep discussion. Roy, we done had some deep discussion. Yeah. Unless he's talking to these dudes who control the world banks. Yeah. Donald Trump can't change a bitch ass thing. Trump can't even get a goddamn stimulus package through right now. He can't. So
I can tell you who can.
Trump,
that's another episode.
Listen, Trump can't even get us $1,200 right now.
I can tell you who can.
So what the hell you gonna take him a contract for?
Yeah.
He can't even get us $1,200 right now.
Well, wait a minute, hold up.
We know who can.
Ah man, come on, man. Y'all gotta stop that, dog.
Nah. But see, here's the thing.
I don't want to get the show canceled, man. I ain't gonna really say what it was.
When you don't have the process of getting to the point of where Ice Cube is, then you've lost all hope. And this is what I'm saying. Like what I'm saying is,
okay. Well, let's talk about it.
And you know what's crazy? He know even more than us, man. That none of this shit is nothing. Like he know more than us because he don't have a seat at the table.
So you saying
I'm saying he's not even high enough to have a seat at the table. But what I'm saying is he knows somebody that's at the table. Well, so at the end of because I mean, let me say something. As much as we admire Jay-Z not even at that table, bro. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z ain't got enough money to be at that table. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z can't look at Bill Gates in his eyes. He can't look at the rest of these people who pushing for this vaccine and all this shit in their eyes. People that you would never meet. Families that you would never meet. You know what I'm saying? It don't even compare. The people
you saying there's a no-ending process to it. That's what you're saying.
Well, let's talk about solutions.
And at the end of the day, it's designed that way, whether you like it or not. The black man gonna always be the most suppressed, no matter what. But it's the way God designed it.
Man, check it out. Let's get into the
solutions. And it's because we chose the people, but we going against the grain.
Yo.
What the comment saying, man?
Man, you got your boy Jay laughing, man.
What he said?
Jay laughing.
Jay know I ain't lying. Jay talk about this shit
Jay
all
know
the
what it
time.
is. Jay know what it is.
They know what it is, man.
Man, look, we finna
And we not finna act like this shit ain't the truth.
Man, look, we finna
So do we remain scared?
Man,
or do
guess
we
what?
do like the
Guess
slaves?
what? Trump can get that contract right. Oh, Ice Cube, this contract. All right, I'll sign off on it. Guess what? You just got an autograph. That's all you just got.
Well,
I just can't. I can't.
subject matter for
Yeah,
the
you got an
night.
autograph. That's what you got.
Subject matter for the night.
Cause guess what? Trump got somebody he got to pick up the phone and talk to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Trump don't hold the true power. Look, we know this, Tim.
Man,
This is
come
for
on,
another
man.
episode.
Y'all
So
act
look,
like y'all know that, man.
subject matter for the night. Culture and hip hop are equally important in our community. We have an American subculture and an African subculture. We blend the two subconsciously, but we still don't have a direct connection to the African countries. Do we really need this connection in the first place? Also, hip hop is special to our culture, but do you like the direction it's going in?
No,
Why?
because it's gay. Hip hop been going gay ever since Soulja Boy. And skinny jeans and all that other shit. I stopped it at the big,
Hip hop
big
got long
clothes.
before this.
They started doing all side clothes.
Man, all them niggas been gay getting deals behind closed doors, bro.
So you saying every
I'm talking about
so you
the
saying
fashion.
every hip hop artist?
I ain't say every hip hop.
Okay.
Everybody who done really made it.
Like, them niggas went period.
But see, it's like it's always got to be an asterisk mark on the success of African Americans. Like, why is that? Like, and what I'm saying.
No, it ain't just that. But sit, let me tell you something. A nigga can understand. Like, check this out. Ozzy Osbourne, right? One of the biggest rock and roll artists of our time, right? Nigga bite bats off of heads. He do all kind of weird shit. What's the other nigga? Marilyn
Monroe.
Marilyn Manson, right?
Yeah,
Marilyn Manson had a video where he wore titties and shit like that. Like, white boys, it's really no end of what a white boy do. If you found out Ozzy Osbourne got caught in the restroom fucking a boy, it'd be like, oh, he a punk rock.
It's Ozzy
That's what they,
Osbourne.
he weird.
Yeah, white people.
Yeah, Kid Rock, it's like you find out he eating shit out of a cereal bowl. It's like, but they white. Like, he ain't no telling what
Yeah, white people, black people don't do no shit.
you know what I'm
like
saying?
that.
And that's what it is. See, and when it comes down to it, a lot of these guys.
Why you
man,
think R. Kelly in
Like-
jail and Elvis Presley was praised as a hero?
Yeah,
Because
like
black people ain't finna
and
go
they
for
did
this
the
shit.
exact
White
same
people
thing.
go be like,
they'll let anything ride. Like white people. My homegirl, the police officer, big boy Noah. She the real boy. Her boy here. Huh?
I say interesting subject.
Yeah, and what she used to say was like the stuff they can put on the news is strategic. Like they'll put the black boy robbing the bank, but she said she get a lot of calls, but she go out to like in like some high end like houses and shit like that. She said, man, them people be you know what I'm saying, been to rape their kid, or got them on balls, or got them on this like. But the thing is, that shit don't make news. You know why? Because these people might be related to a judge and like, whoa, hold on, it's gonna make my name look bad. Kill that story. All right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put on a little probation, 6 months. Boom, clean up, and that's gonna be it. It never makes the news. And what I'm saying, this shit is so systematic, so programmed, to where you think white boys don't get together and say, let's do this. Like they do that. Like they got big hacking rings where they hacking people's phones and hacking their accounts. They doing all kind of shit. None of this shit makes the news. You know what I'm saying? The focus is always gonna be on what black people do. And it was so
It's a $1
crazy.
million industry.
And we only 13.4% of the population.
But guess what? You're not 13% targeted. You're 90% targeted.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they might kill a white boy every now and then or mention to somebody like that just to blend it on in. But for the majority, like this dude that they ride
Hold on. Before
Philly,
you finish, you just said something, man. That's
it's black. The dude that just got killed in Philly is black.
Philadelphia was black. I seen
You know what I'm saying?
But let me ask you a
Which
question.
his ass shouldn't have been charged towards the laws with a knife. But even still, like these are the things that get televised. Man, let me tell you something. You can't out crazy a white boy. White boys do the dumbest shit. Guess what? That shit never make the news. They got I see videos of white boys doing all kinds of shit, but that shit don't make the news. I seen a white boy get into a cold hard squabble with the like, you think that shit made the news? Now, but we'll show George Floyd getting a knee on because guess what? They know that black people are emotional because black people, like Nick Cannon say, I don't give a fuck who feel the way about it. We actually be human beings. Like we really have souls. We actually feel the way when it comes. We ain't animals. You know what I'm saying? And when it all boils down is like we ain't running around eating steaks with blood leaking out them holes.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We not savages.
Yeah.
We are naturally compassionate people, and we show so much love. That's why we get fucked over so much.
Naturally
But at the end of the day, I don't want to veer away from what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that we all when it's all said and done, we as a people, dog, we got so much compassion towards other people.
Naturally.
That it takes away from us. Like we don't have that, we don't give a fuck aspect, even though we might say it, we still do care. You know what I'm saying? Because we are actual human beings. Mm-hmm. We have spirits. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And we have a connection to God. Anywhere you go on islands, like you go to Samoa, you could go to Haiti, even all these places they try to demonize, make these people lost. These are the most spiritual people you ever gonna meet.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
But here's the essence of it. It goes back to what you just said about us being able to mix and mesh the two. Mm-hmm. The conscious level of an African American here in this country is not of its original origin. And that's where the problem lies. See, here's the thing is, you can find compassionate people scattered all over the land. But the problem is with having the compassionate people all over the land, that enables you to take advantage of them. Because if you want to technically consider, look at the very essence of the Indians. When the Indians allowed them to come in and taught them how to irrigate, taught them how to create corn and farm and irrigate and different things like that. They took that to their advantage and fucked them over. You know what I'm saying? You can go to all over where there's even a symbolism in the whiteness of where they are, even in spirituality, of them looking at the white as light. You know what I'm saying? And that's not the true essence. If you go according to Haiti, when they practice voodoo, which they label black, demonize and black magic, that was one of the rituals that actually kept Haiti free for so long. And if we pay attention, America despises Haiti. You know why? Because it was an important trade route through the voyage. You know what I'm saying? And once they realized that black folks wasn't having it on that island, what did they do? They did the same thing. They isolated them. They kept their trade routes. They didn't have any type of anything of resources to go to that particular island.
And that's a big reason why Haiti is the way it is today.
Exactly, man.
They could have really been prospering.
Yeah, Haiti could have prospered. And they did Haiti so dirty. America did Haiti so dirty. Think about this. They will go help China. We'll go help everybody in these monsoons and hurricanes. But when it comes to Haiti, they won't help Haiti because we gave America a black eye. And they have never been forgiven of that. But at the end of the day, shout out to Haiti. I'm still down with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Sac passe. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely so. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But African Americans need to have that connection toward Africa, man. There's no way because we're grasping the straws on everything.
I'm gonna say this, man. To me, African Americans, out of everybody that was taken from the shores of Africa, I feel like we have been most disconnected from the motherland, opposed to Jamaica, Haiti, our brothers in the Dominican, Brazil. They have a lot of their strong roots to Africa, but I feel like in North America, we've taken on the European dialect way more than our natural African dialect. And there's reasons for that. But I'm gonna say this as well. You know what I'm saying? We often romanticize, Africa in a sense of, its animals and, the jewelry and, we show it through fashion and art and music. How do we establish a political and financial connection? And do we need one in the first place?
Yeah, nationhood should be the monument of African Americans built into Africa, because like I said, we've been grasping at what the Europeans' ideology is. We've never reached back to Africa to find out exactly who we are, and sometimes I think we're afraid of who we are because of that power. And me looking back at me just studying African tradition, there was a structure. African American homes, we have a certain level of structure. But what is the essence of discipline? What is the essence of the mind frame and the connection to the progression of our people? That's what I'm saying. There's the disconnect. We know that we're black, but what is the reason and what is the reasoning for the community and culture to function? Jews have a reason and culture to function. Right. Hispanics have a reason and obligation to their culture to function to progress. Right. We have not learned that yet. And why would we not go to Africa? Because that's where our essence, that's where our roots are. Why would we not want to learn the level of our culture of discipline, of learning certain various things to create a certain level of awareness and progression?
Well, I'm gonna say this, man. I feel like, in America, us as African Americans, like, our brothers in Brazil and Haiti, Jamaica, I feel like we the only group of people from African ancestry that have blended so successfully with our oppressors. You know what I'm saying?
And Stockholm syndrome.
I mean, in Jamaica, they still have culture. Haiti still has culture, clearly. Even in the Dominican Republic, even though they probably number 2 to the African Americans as far as adopting, their oppressors, values and dialect, from the conquistadors and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I feel like in North America, man, we successfully blended, you know what I'm saying? Through us wanting to be like them, dress like them, You have, pop-ups to where, you'll get this strong renaissance of African history, but in a sense, it never outweighs that Europeanism, you know what I'm saying? That colonialism, it never outweighs that.
There's a certain level of rule and a ruling undertone. That's social engineering. Mm-hmm. And that's what we gotta learn. This is what we gotta understand. What we believe compared to the African tradition, it doesn't line up. Because like I said, at the end of the day, you got to be sick if you're believing in a European ideology. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always believed the problems of the few don't outweigh the needs of the many.
Mm-hmm. Mm. That's definitely true. And it definitely brings me to my next point, man. Marcus Garvey once stated, and I quote, "A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots." We don't just need a connection with Africa, but it's essential that they need one with us, the African American also, being 13.4% of the population of the United States and having a $1.3 trillion spending power says that we spend more than Africa's top 18 cities, who as of 2030 could have a combined spending power of 1.3 trillion.
Damn.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. We are without a doubt resourceful, innovative, and cunningly creative people, but we lack political and financial representation to our roots. Bottom line, we need each other. That's crazy though, right?
What did I say, bro?
I mean, 13.4% of the United States, 1.3 trillion spending power, Africa's top 18 cities combined with that. And that's another 10 years before they get to where we are. That's crazy.
And you think and most people think that we don't need that?
Just how much of a benefit we could be to Africa. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh,
I mean,
we letting the Chinese.
The proof is in the pudding, man.
Bro, we letting the Chinese come over there and buy Africa right now, fam. Right now.
And I'm gonna say this, man. What China is doing is basically colonizing Africa all over. Except what they doing it with a checkbook instead of a gun.
And let me tell you
They're
something.
doing it with money. They colonizing and they stealing the land with money.
But I'm gonna tell you something. Let me tell you something in the dangers of that. And I'm telling you, for the survival of our race.
I'm gonna say this, and I hope our brothers and sisters over there in Africa, man. Some of them do realize what's going on, and they speaking out about it. But man, once the Chinese take their money to high places, you know what I'm saying, they voice get overshadowed by people in high places.
And here in this very country, where I'm gonna break this down. In this very country, and I want you to understand this, big boy. In this very country, Chinese people don't vote. But yet they have a stronger economic power that you can see for yourself over there in Bel Air. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with the Middle Easterns.
Absolutely.
They don't vote like that, and yet and still they have more economic power than the average African American in this percentage of Texas that actually goes and vote. That's what I'm saying. We got to start studying, and we got to start going to the basics of how political power and economic power plays a major part in the progression of your culture or the destruction of your culture.
Man, but that's like I just said though, man. Like, us as African Americans, we been successfully blended with the status quo so good. You know what I'm saying? To the point that it's hard for us to even build wealth. You feel me? Like, you just spoke on the Chinese and the Middle Easterns. Their communities, thriving. They building wealth and all that, you know what I'm saying? They got all kind of businesses and all kind of political power and stuff like that. But one thing you notice that they both have in common, they have not blended.
They won't.
They won't.
If you go in detail of culture.
We blended.
That's the problem. See, Irish are gonna be Irish. They're gonna be different from Polish.
Mm-hmm.
Polish is gonna be different from Europe. Europe is gonna be different from Germany. Germany is gonna be different from Russia.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They actually draw the line in the sand when it comes to a certain representation. All white people ain't the same, and they'll tell you. They'll tell you, oh no, I'm Scottish.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm German. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm saying with us. We always try to combine. Everybody that's your skinfolk ain't your kinfolk. And let me say something about Africa right now. And I don't care who's online or whatever. This regime of China that's coming, the difference is there's a certain level of compassion. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to say this. I'm talking about 0.5% of compassion with white people. With the Chinese culture coming next, dominating Africa, they going to simply just crush you. If you can see the way that the ideology that China has right now, the ideology versus itself, they will come in, they will destroy you. If you've seen how they participated in this COVID-19, if you see how these folks done and welding their folks in, this is just our generations might not be able to see that, but coming in the future, our generation may be completely wiped out. And let me tell you something, you got to have fucking balls like shit to come into a black community, make the money through behind a bulletproof glass and rape it and rape that and rape them and rape every community, black community without a hesitation. You know what I'm saying? You have to have some type of balls. So when you think that regime of that Chinese regime coming, there ain't gonna be no remorse. They just gonna crush you. And this is what I'm talking about. And I'm 36 years old, and I've been thinking like this since in my early 20s. Now I don't have as much people could think of looking at as success, but sometimes the success doesn't outweigh the knowledge. The knowledge is what you're gonna need in order to survive. Because I'm telling you, with the importation and the exportation of China having us by the balls in our economy, trust me, man, let me tell you something. It's going to be a total different ball game. And the reason they buying up Africa is because their regime is about to take over. Why you think that them white people consistently keep going to China? Because they know they have us. When the white man went for short-term profit, he went for short-term profit overseas. But see, in the long run, we were going to pay for that because then too, when we're not producers, we become users. And when we become users, those very people that create everything that we do, and from our computers to our cell phones, will make you think that they're not going to be able to turn that shit off at the blink of a light switch.
Well, let's talk about that for a minute. We talked about, politicians and people in power of the United States going over and establishing connections in China. Let's talk about that for a minute because China is doing a lot of big things in itself, innovative things and creating and building and stuff like that. We just talked about them buying land in Africa on a huge margin. And I just seen recently, man, in China, they've used more concrete in like the last year or 3 years than the United States has used in the last 100 years. Let that sit for a minute.
They coming, man.
Just let that sit for a minute. And it's projected within the next 10 years that their economy is going to eclipse the United States.
It is. It's already in the process.
It's inevitable. They have twice the working class, twice the people. I mean, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. So that's just interesting when you just mentioned, politicians going to China and establishing these connections. I feel like they're getting ready. They're preparing for it.
And this is exactly what I was saying.
You're preparing to be an ally.
Years.
You're preparing to be an ally with the superpower.
You have no choice. Their numbers have dwindled, bro.
Man.
And this is what I'm talking about. And if we don't see,
and actually, they would have been the #1 nation on earth if not for that Atlantic slave trade. But that's everybody know that already. I'm assuming.
Exactly.
That's why the United States so far ahead. But that brings me to the next topic, man. Hip hop and music. It is and has always been a part of who we are as people. It's in our walks, it's in our talks, in our clothes. But what does it really mean to us? And are we happy with where it's going? Also, do you remember the first time you were exposed or introduced to hip hop? If so, what song? Big boy. Probably some Snow Dogs or something.
I think it was G.
G-Unit. It was
To hip hop?
Yeah, it was G-Unit for me too.
Oh
It was
man,
G-Unit for me too.
man,
To where I was just really like
Yeah.
into. I heard older hip hop and
Yeah.
shit, but I'm
But you
saying
know,
like,
me and Kendrick.
G
around the
Unit
same
was
age.
like when they were making music, I actually was listening to it. Like,
You remember what
versus
song?
Scarface, I ain't getting to Scarface till I got older and those like that. But
You remember what song?
shit,
I remember like it was yesterday, man.
It was the album.
See, mine consisted of a lot like of gangster rap. Scarface, of course, Goody Mob.
But who did you start liking it? Like when you just start really liking the music? Like who?
Yeah, like that. Like this.
My influence of like me loving like rap.
Yeah.
Man, it was a various because I was connected.
But your
Dude.
first.
But my first, what really made me love was Ice Cube. And I'm gonna be real with you. Ice Cube, Today Was a Good Day. And then
You know what? Today was a good day. But I can't just say Today Was a Good Day made me want to listen to Ice Cube. I like the song, but I want
For me,
But the beat was crazy. You know what I'm
The beat
saying?
was
And
crazy.
it's
It was
real,
a
and
classic
you
beat.
can relate it. It's a classic beat.
everybody knew it.
You know what I'm saying? But then too, I gotta say the Ghetto Boys too, because the Ghetto Boys was talking about what was going on
But at the
in my
time
community.
when you first heard the Ghetto Boys, was you able to relate to it right then? And
Hell
there,
fucking yeah.
to where you could listen to it.
Bro,
Ghetto
Ghetto
Boys
Boys
had a lot
was
of
deep, man.
relatable
Bush
music.
McBill got so many memorable
And they
lines,
was local.
You know what I'm saying? And it was local, so it was kind of, you know.
Yeah, they
And then when
know
Biggie mentioned them in the Flavor in Your Ear, you know what I'm saying? Not from Houston, but I rap a lot.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That was like, that solidified me right there.
Yeah, that was
Exactly.
the moment, yeah.
So come on, man.
For sure. For me, man, like Big Boy said, it was G-Unit for me for sure. As a matter of fact, I can pinpoint the exact time. And I was in Crofton Apartments. I was in the house right before I was gonna go outside, man, and play with my homies. I was watching Rap City, you know what I'm saying? And the G-Unit song came on. It was the Hate of the Lover song, man, with Game and 50. I sat down and I watched that whole video, and right there, that moment, man, I was like, man, this rap shit live. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in my head, I was like, yeah, this shit hard. Like, that
But
shit
I was
tough.
always able to differentiate between like real life rappers and a lot of people try to live what the rapper talking about.
Yeah.
People don't know that just music is a form of entertainment. Like, you know, you gonna think about this shit while they rap about shit. Then that's done. When the song's over, it's over. You ain't finna go out there and actually do nothing like rapping about it.
Yeah. And well, look, check this out though. Warren G, along with other artists, were asked this question by XXL magazine, and he said hip hop is a way of life. It's a way of expression. It's a way to express yourself where rhythm is life and life is rhythm. And Twista said hip hop to me means freedom, creativity, youth, those main three things.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm gonna ask you this: what impact did Houston hip hop sound mean to you and the rest of the music industry? So this just straight
Honestly, like I didn't get into Houston. Like my uncles and shit was always in the screw and shit like that.
Yeah.
And
Most of the old heads.
I don't like listening to the song slow down. Like I never did. I don't like the chopped up. And then like so Houston sound really wasn't nothing I just gravitated to. Like I like the J Dog and dudes like that. But just to say like chopped and screwed, I wasn't really a fan of that.
Man, I'm gonna say this, man. For me,
I got a lot of
personally,
partners, they love this shit.
man, look, I'm Houston to the core, bro. Like the whole Screw era, the DJ Screw to the Michael 5000.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Watch, shout out to Watch, man, because I'm from the north side, you feel me? So I feel like, man, that whole Screw sound for me was just influential in just my flavor, you know what I'm saying? Just my culture, you know what I'm saying? My approach to hip hop always was Houston based, you know what I'm saying? So like I would always like to listen to songs that sound good in the car. You feel me? From UGK. I got a lot of that from UGK. A lot of their songs thump in the car. You know what I'm saying? And just speaking on Screw in general, man, I could pinpoint to a time, man, like my cousin My cousin actually from South Park was one of the first people that put me on Screw. We used to jam a lot of Zero, chopping Screw, you know what I'm saying? We would Screwed Up Click. And that did it for me, bro. Like, I fell in love with the whole Screw sound. Like,
what was some of y'all influences, man? I want to know some of y'all influences out there too, man, because y'all played a big part. You know what I'm saying? We definitely want to know some of y'all influences out there too.
For sure, man. From city to city, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get a lot of different answers too. But, yeah, man, like, the whole Screwed Up Click, you know what I'm saying? Switch a House, that whole movement, man, with them freestyles and all that played a big part in my taste in music. And not just, you really can't even limit it to Houston, man, because I done been, you know, around the United States, you know, from all the major cities, man, and believe me, bro, I touched a lot of different cities, you feel me? That whole Screw wave, that sound, especially in the South, you know, New Orleans and
Swab House,
man, Tennessee, Memphis, Florida, you know what I'm saying? Like, we touched a lot of different cities, bro, so.
What touched me is definitely, you know, being homegrown, you know, of course, rap a lot. Also Swisher House for what they did to the game, or what they brought to the culture. You know, shout out to Alley Cat. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big Pig. Shout out to Mario. Shout out to AD. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, Sad Warfare. Shout out to Big Red. Shout out to, man, listen, man, it was, to me, just seeing, shout out to Big Courtney. Thug City on Jensen. I always remember that, man. They invited me. You know what I'm saying? Them boys came through to pick up the Swisher House CDs, and I remember he said, if your CD ain't got a stamp on it, you got fucked. You got fucked, man. And I remember that, man. And shout out to Duke too, man. We definitely got to do that interview. At Alley Cat, we got to get that interview. Big Pick, we got to get that interview in too, man. Because man, that was so influential. And I wasn't trying to be biased, but I'm from the north side. I'm gonna represent Watts, man. I'm gonna represent, you know what I'm saying, Lil Ron and them, man. It was just the north side thing, man. And there's no hate to the south side, cause north side 11, with your boy Lil Flip. That, you know what I'm saying, I'm Lil Flip and I ball, I walk in the ball. That nigga served that hoe, man. I swear. I ain't gonna lie, Flip killed that hoe, man.
I was looking at this documentary thing they got coming out. And it's crazy we talking about this. And it was about Screw, DJ Screw. So they got a documentary on them coming out. And it really feel like like on the preview for they talking about the north side. And you know it's Homestead they talking about. Like them haters on the north, they saying that although I remember like, man, but I don't give a fuck about no damn Screw like that. Michael Watson, sorry if you ain't some Screw ain't do like, man. I don't like disrespect the dead, but like, why would they put that in a movie like that, trying to make it look like we the haters and they was on the right side of shit?
Man, what you
shit, I got private roll. I had braids because
the north side.
You know what I'm saying?
They got waves.
For real, that's crazy.
Man,
y'all ever got caught in a beef? Y'all ever got caught?
I never had experienced that at Astroworld, so you know, but I know. You know what I'm saying? Fifth Ward, Trinity Garden, Greens Point.
See me, I got a lot of family.
Deep out there.
I got a lot of family from the south side. You know, my pop side. You know what I'm saying? Shout out all my cousins over there. You know, Thery Ward, Yellowstone. my grandma's house was right off of Scott. You know what I'm saying? To go for. But man, every time I used to go over there, you know, my cousins used to be like, "Oh, here come this north side nigga."
Oh man, bro, I got this shit too, man.
I was the only one. You know what I'm saying? They come over there. He's like, man, here come this north side nigga, man.
I mean, I really didn't even know the south side. We were so focused on Homestead.
Listen,
I ain't know the south side
existed. Listen, man, I was fooling with girls over there, bro.
I'm like, there's a whole nother area. Like,
bro, I was on Scott. I was on Scott and Judlin. I was on Crestmont. You know what I'm saying? Had a little chick over there. That was back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I got a bitch on Crestmont.
Scott and Zephyr. I was over there, man. I was all over this city. But you know, but I can say this though. You know, they really didn't know
That'd be something.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What's it?
Crestmont.
I remember a girl, hey man,
girl, man.
Hey. That was back in the day though, man. But look, But look, but one thing I can say about the South Side, you know what I'm saying? You know, I was deep on that motherfucker. I'm talking about Martin Luther King and Zelensky. You know what I'm saying? I'm fooling with chicks out there. You know, this was my younger days before I had a car. And we was busting it out there, but thank God they didn't know where I was from. Because you already know what it would have been. You know what I'm saying? And that happened to my friend, you know. Got into it with some cats over there on Thery, Ashford. And we from the north side of Trinity Garden, so you already know what that was. Yeah, exactly.
They just, you know, the nature tribalism, you know.
Yeah.
Come with them funds, we'll ship them tons. Enough product came in for a 6-month run. 30 grand profit, give or take. You bought Gucci, I bought real estate. I buy Gucci off what the building making. Trap out the Vaco while we renovating it. Switch up locations, then rent out the space. I'm an innovator, I got 5 new safes. All filled with paper, been banking with black banks and only buying black lately. You ever had them things in the car and they ain't stop you? It's magic like the flame in the jar and the cane lock up. I sense the drought coming, I've been unblocking my chakras. I love that girl, my Sharia more, and love that boy, but he's been aborted. Cause fentanyl put me on the Forbes list. Fair time forfeits, a hustle's potential. Unfortunate, isn't it? My fortunes resemble. I run my block with a 500 fortune charisma. I see success within my signature. Range Rover autobiography from the dealership. Plaza Motor Poppy. Pulling up properly through these millionaire frames. I see the game and where it got me. I broke the generational curse. I am the first success in financial freedom and free my brothers in the works. Now we toast and laugh about the adversities we at first. Champagne spill on the rollie after it burst in my city. This life get addictive cause it's convenient, but the wrong moves can body bag niggas like misdemeanor. A mirror start nice, I roll the dice and pick the green up with the baddest bitch waiting in the top floor at the casino. I'm living life illegal but legitimizing. Not past the limitation statutes, but I'm in the process. No need to emphasize this. The money brings us all together and make us undivided. I politic with Bosnians, worldwide technology. David Stewart, I read about him. St. Louis niggas been getting money like the robbers. Dollar after dollar, I rock Fendi on my collar. Too much drug dealing, I heard blenders in my solace. It never was embedded that real money is credit, but we only live once, so let it rain like confetti. Blow music against whoever, we will end any vendetta. And in any endeavor, this devotion is forever. All the blue money buried.